Trump's border czar took over the operation just a couple weeks ago from Border Patrol's Greg Bavino following the fatal shootings of two protesters in January at the hands of federal officers. Now, there is a lot to discuss about what the future of the situation will look like there in Minneapolis, as we've heard from different city and county officials. Right now, I want to bring in John Torres, the former acting director of ICE, now the president of Security and Technology Consulting at Guidepost Solutions. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us on this Saturday.
Happy to be here, Josh.
And so Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, did announce, as I mentioned during that news conference just a few days ago, the end to this surge operation, saying that the operation itself was a success. So what does that say to you? What kind of criteria maybe have to be met to make that determination?
Yeah, there's several criteria here. One is that they are getting cooperation from the state and locals from their jails, most importantly. There have been a number of people that were foreign nationals that are sitting in local and county jails that were targets of ICE. And historically, ICE would send a detainer, and those jails would honor that detainer and transfer custody from their jurisdiction to ICE. That was not happening in Minnesota. And for Tom Homan on the ground there, he said one of the major criteria for him is that they would have to see if the locals would start transferring custody of those people to him. And so he said that is happening. They're cautiously optimistic that it'll continue, and that means that those people are not being released into the community. So he will need less people in the community to make those arrests. And then, of course, that also means, well, how many people remain targets in Minnesota for them? You know, they have a list of people that are in jail. They also have a list of people that are already in the community, and they've been making a number of those arrests so far to date. And so as that number starts to drop, you need less people on the streets too.
So there's going to be a drawdown in federal agents that are in Minneapolis, in Minnesota. They're saying that this operation was a success. Of course, we don't get to see every time that they detain someone, so we just have to take their word for that part of it. But we've seen the protests, we've seen things that have happened. We've seen two people lose their lives in January, out there protesting and stuff like that. So very chaotic, and they just really chose not to keep going and continuing to do this whole operation. Not saying that they're going to remove all federal agents, but it won't be as many that's out there. So, you know, this